Hey guys, and welcome to The Mention.
This is your weekly roundup of everything pop culture lovers have been buzzing about this week.
And we have a lot to get through. We have two amazing guests, but before we get started, we gotta get our drink on. So Jillian, what did you make for us?
Hello.
Hey girl.
Hi. Today we're making Red Alert, and it's with Martini and Rossi bitter, single malt scotch, a little bit of lychee liqueur, an amaro made with rhubarb, a little bit of tart cherry, and Peychaud bitters.
Ooh.
So, cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for the drinks.
You're
Happy
welcome.
Friday,
Happy
guys.
Friday.
Ooh.
Hey.
All right. It's going to be a good
Friday
show.
For real. Okay. Now, before we get into things, like Serena mentioned, we have a very special guest. Justine Skye is in the building. She has a new single out called Build. And let me tell you, if you haven't heard it right now, what's up, Justine?
Hey, Justine.
I like that reveal that we just did. I know, it was very
We all
dramatic.
were
It's
like slowly dancing back.
I was sitting here the whole time.
So your new song, Build, hot on the charts right now. Let me tell you, super, super mood. Like, what was the inspiration behind the song? But then what are some other themes that you like to explore in your music?
Well, the theme behind the song is I hear a lot of women talking about how much. There was also like a meme going around about basically saying if you could build a man.
Yes.
And I just feel like women are always thinking about like all the things that they would want out of a guy. And they're always just like, I want him to be smart, I want him to be tall, I want him to be handsome, I want him to be funny, I want to be this, that. And so the moral of the song is that that's unrealistic. Like you can't actually build a man. So you just got to work on yourself first. That's what's most important. And that's also a lesson that I had to learn because I would always be like, you know what? Maybe he's not perfect, but maybe like I can like help him and like
build
maybe
him.
change
Perfect
him
man.
and like he can like eventually be something that I like really, really love and it's just not realistic.
Right.
Especially if you're not happy with yourself. Then no one else can make you happy.
I like that.
Yeah, totally.
That's deep.
This year, too, we've also seen a ton of amazing collaborations. If you could collaborate with one artist or one genre of music, what would you gravitate to? Who would you want to collaborate with?
Someone I would want to collaborate with. There's so many. I think about it like every single day, and I
Really?
feel like I always say one particular one, which is Drake. So I'm gonna switch it up.
Okay. I can see that. That'd be a vibe.
Oh, someone I'd want to collaborate with, Tame Impala.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
I definitely want to collaborate with them. I love their music. I love their show. Yeah,
That's
it would
fine.
be a vibe.
Be waiting for that.
Right. Put it in the
Guys.
world. And now you recently retweeted a tweet from music artist Her, kind of just saying how we need to see that support with black women a little bit more in the industry. Why do you think creating that bond is so important, but specifically within the black community?
Well, we all know how Black Twitter gets. And it's very vicious and aggressive, you know, like the Shade Room and all the Hollywood Unlocks and the baller alerts and stuff like that. I just feel like in this day and age with social media, not even very much so in the black community because, you know, we like to just gossip and we just like to talk.
Key back
We
and
like
forth.
to key back and forth. But I just feel like it's so common nowadays to like put women against each other and it's online. So it's just like everyone has an opinion. And so it's a topic of conversation. And you don't know how many times I see people just having debates on Instagram like, oh, like, this person's better than this person. Oh, bye, Justine. This girl's here now. Oh, blah, blah, blah. She came back. This and that. And obviously, it's going to be a conversation, but it's like, why do you have to put us against each other?
Exactly.
Right. There's room for everybody at the
For
top.
everybody.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, like, in the 90s, there were so many female R&B artists, and they were all thriving. They were all doing so amazing. And I feel like nowadays, people, I guess with our attention spans, we feel like we can only pay attention to one thing, but it's just like, everyone's so beautiful, talented, unique, and just different in their own way, in their story that they're telling, in the sounds of their voice, and just the way that everyone's different.
Right.
So it's just like you can't sit there and compare everyone together because there is no comparing. And it's just like they're just searching for something so that we can, just women in general can like be at each other, be at each other's necks and just like hate one another. And it's just like, I feel like we're doing a great job as artists and people like in the limelight at not letting that get the best of us as much as we can. Because I mean, like, as much as we try not to pay attention to the things that people say online, you see it.
Right.
People are always like,
Oh,
oh, don't
we
pay
know that,
attention.
yeah.
Like, why do you read that stuff? And it's just like, if they were saying it about you, you'd read it too.
100%.
Sure do. Sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some of the biggest celebrities in the world looking at their Instagram comments, and it's just like, no matter how hard you try, there's still like this urge, unless you just delete, not following anyone, delete everything. Like, there's some people like that just post something and then just go off the internet. They're not really paying attention, but it's just,
So that's
rare.
so hard.
yeah, like it's very rare. And so I just think that, I don't know, I mean, like, Mental Health Day was just the other day, was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah, I think it was.
And I feel like, mental health and like social media have a lot to do with each other.
Totally.
And like the increase in it and like the youth. And it's really sad that some people find everything a joke. And I don't mean to make this like
No,
extremely
listen,
serious,
preach.
but
No,
it's
please.
very, very important, because there's people literally like hurting themselves every single day because of what they see online, or trying to be something that they're not because they saw it online. And it's something that we need to pay attention to, the cries for help. And yeah.
It's so hard when Instagram's like a highlight reel and you're seeing
Right.
Yeah.
everyone looks like they're having the best, most amazing lives, but like
Exactly.
You
you're not
never
seeing
know
the
what's
full
going on
picture.
behind those closed
Yeah.
doors.
And we just think everything's like a meme or a joke, or people are trolling like all
Right.
day. So it's just like, sometimes it's hard to tell like what's real and what's not. And it's like we need to take a step back and like realize that these are people's actual lives.
Totally. And it's easy to hide behind that too. I feel like for people who are commenting on things, they're like, there seems to be some sort of barrier. But you're right, it's like these are real people.
Yeah.
On the topic of social media, when I go to your Instagram, I see a lot of purple, like you have on here, and I love that color, especially on you.
Thank
Talk
you.
to me about what that color evokes for you.
Well, I actually just got rid of my purple hair.
Right.
And so that was like a huge step for me. And I feel like I'm probably not gonna go back to purple hair, but the color still has I used to hate the color purple. Like I
Really?
did not.
I would have never guessed
I
that.
did not like that color. I actually chose that as my hair color because it was my least favorite, and I didn't think my mom would actually say yes.
So you did
It was like a
to,
test.
Yeah, it was a test, and then I just became I found a sense of comfort in it, and I started to actually look into the color purple, and represents royalty and just confidence and so many other amazing things. And so yeah, it just became a thing.
I love how you originally didn't like it, but then you.
Yeah, I think it was probably Barney that made me not like it.
oh my God.
I love
Yeah,
that.
the purple and
I was
green.
low key scared of Barney.
It's a little big.
You know, when you see things on TV, you're like, oh my God, I love it. And then
And
you
you
see
see him in
the
person?
character in person, and I'm just like,
No.
what is this? I remember my mom brought a Barney guy to my birthday one time, and I was just
girl.
like,
I had Elmo.
You're like,
I had
yeah.
Elmo and Big Bird at a birthday party. Ruined the whole party. I'm like, send them away. I don't.
yeah,
want
I was
them
just like, what
Once
is
they
this?
walk through Times Square and seeing them all dressed up, you're like, wait, this is different.
I don't know. They're scarier and scarier every day.
I know.
It's not okay.
Okay, but I want to go back to the social media thing because it's interesting you brought it up. It's something I wanted to ask you about because I feel like what we were discussing is so many people these days, not only do you make music, but you sort of have to develop a brand now, right, on Instagram. How has social media influenced maybe just you as an artist or some of the projects you take on?
Well, I guess my generation, of artists that are coming up, we were kind of lucky because we were the first of social media. So we got to really understand it and use it to our benefit. Whereas artists that were before us are just what is this Twitter thing? And we're oh, we got this.
Right.
You got a hashtag and you got to do this and you got to do that and then you use this HTML to change this code and all this stuff your MySpace page and all this stuff. That's the generation that we came up in. So honestly, I low-key feel old sometimes because I'm just what is, now I'm looking at my phone what is this? What is this word? I don't know what's going on anymore. But sorry, what was the question?
I'm just saying all of those things that combined in one, has that influenced the way that you kind of project yourself online to creating a brand or the way that you take on new projects because you do have such easy access to fans?
It definitely has. I mean, when I first started, I guess, building my fan base on the internet, I wasn't even thinking about building a fan base. I was just being myself. I was making YouTube videos, being funny with my friends, hanging out in the city, just literally loitering around Soho and just taking videos and pictures and just and having fun.
Also born and raised
and
in
then
New York.
and then as I started to develop more and more of a following and there were more and more opinions being thrown at me, I started to scale back and not share so much. So I guess this year, 2018, was a like self-realization year for me, where I had to like take a step back and be like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, I'm so caught up in like what people are saying about me on the internet that I'm not even like, I'm like,
Not living.
yeah, I'm not really living my life, or I'm not really showing it like how I used to. Like, I'm scared to express like my personal life to people, and then my social media. I had to like, I really like analyzed everything that I was posting. I was like, I'm just like posting selfies and like these glam pictures. Like, I'm not really like showing people who I really am. And my mom, she like took me to the side and she was like, you know, some people usually like, because I'm like, people say mean things all the time. And I'm just like, why don't people like me, Mom? Like, why? She was like, you know, because they don't know you. Because when people get to know you, then they actually really love you, Justine, but they don't know who you are, so they're making up whatever it is they want to make up about you.
I feel that so hard.
And they come from different like emotional backgrounds too, so they're gonna see things through their own lens.
It's
So
just
you
people,
really can't control.
Yeah, I mean,
anyone else,
but like we're humans, so we like start putting pieces together, making stories in our head about everything, and so it's just like, to a certain extent, this is what I chose to do in my life. This is the path that I chose to take, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Right, of course.
But you also have to learn how to take control of your narrative. So.
Wow.
I like that.
I love this conversation.
I'm about to
It's
say,
really
yes,
fascinating, because we
it
talk
is.
about it a lot, about social media and everything.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, we know that you're a part of a dope girl squad, and Haley Baldwin is one of your friends. We wanted to know if you're like bridesmaid duties, or if it's too soon to tell, if you could spill some tea. We had to ask.
to you, Justine.
Well, I mean, I guess you guys can tell like through, I mean, everyone's been following their whole situation, and I'm extremely happy for her, and she's been very private about the whole situation, so I would like to respect her privacy.
Oh, of course.
Fair,
Like a
completely
girl
fair
squad
answer.
would.
I know, right? That's
Completely fair.
Good friend.
But thank you, Justine, so much for coming on the show. We absolutely loved
Yeah,
you. And
we do.
listen, y'all make sure you check out Build right now, because the song is fire. It is super dope. And like I said, it is a mood, okay?
Okay. Bye, Justine.
Okay, Justine was so great. That was so
So
fun.
much. I love her, absolutely.
I do too. And you know what? Now that we kicked off our show, we have it off to an amazing start. I think it's time we get into a little hot tea. Am I right, ladies?
I know you've been waiting all week for this tea.
You know I have. So,
Oh, Lord.
guess
All right.
what, guys? I know I haven't ever really mentioned her before, but I think it's time we talk about Taylor Swift. Who's down?
You want to catch me outside?
Yeah, let's go. I took my
I'll
sip.
take over the show from here. Okay, so Taylor Swift, she's been making headlines this week in more ways than one, and starting this past Tuesday when she performed at the AMAs for the first time since 2014, where she also won an award for Tour of the Year and became the most awarded female artist in AMA history.
Okay.
That's pretty
Accolades.
amazing, right?
Well,
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, also, her outfit was dope. Her outfit was dope.
Yeah, no, she looked incredible.
As Aretha Franklin said, nice gowns, beautiful gowns.
The shade.
So there's a reason why she's the most awarded in female history. So
Nice
just so
gowns,
you know.
beautiful gowns.
But it wasn't the award that most people were talking about. It was her performance of I Did Something Bad from her song Reputation. So the song, when you originally hear it, teases her alleged feuds and breakups. But some people thought the song choice was more pointed towards our political climate, suggesting that in one of the lines she says, I never trust a narcissist, but they love me, essentially suggesting that Trump might be the narcissist she's referring to. And she even emphasizes one line in her song that says, they're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one. To which many believe she was sending a clear message, basically saying to any man who dared call a woman a witch or on a witch hunt for using her voice. Glamour also pointed out that if this theory is true, that it maybe came from Trump recently mocking Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's testimony. So a lot of political things he did here, and I'll tell you why I think that's so important in just a second, but she finished the song with one of her most dramatic lines saying, if a man talks ish, then I owe him nothing, which ironically was bleeped out, obviously, because it's on primetime, but basically just saying she's using her voice and then she gets bleeped out. So,
Well, that's what happens when you curse on primetime television, but okay.
but still, ironic.
Sure.
So all of this comes after Taylor, for the first time in a really long time, went public with her political opinions. So a day before the AMAs, she took to Instagram on Monday, and she posted a photo of herself with a long, heartfelt caption, which essentially read, I'm writing this post about the upcoming midterm elections, and she's going to vote in the state of Tennessee. She said in the past she's been reluctant to share her political views, which we all know. Taylor typically remains pretty quiet when it comes to anything like this.
Important.
But she said due to several events in her life the past few years, she feels differently about that now.
And she's voting Democrat.
Yeah, and she goes on to discuss how she believes in LGBTQ rights and it actively objects anyone who believes that perpetuating systematic racism is absolutely wrong. And she wants to support women in office, but a candidate, Marsha Blackburn, is not voting in favor of the things that she believes in. So she supported 2 other candidates. And she also ended this by saying to please educate yourself on who's running and be sure to vote in the midterms.
I will say,
if you were going to tell me in 2018 that Taylor Swift was telling her fan base to vote Democrat and that Kanye West was telling his fan base
to vote,
Make America Great Again, I would tell you that you are terrific.
I would ask you, what are you smoking?
It is wild.
It's wild.
I mean, listen, Taylor's now, maybe she's back on my good side, I have to say. Like, I mean, this is the thing. I don't appreciate when celebrities with that big of a platform don't speak out on political issues because that means they're so privileged that it doesn't, like, affect them. Like, no, like, it affects all of their fans. Like, they need to this line in the line in the sand was drawn. You know, in the past couple of years, and now it's like, whose side are you on? Because there are
Where
sides.
Are you standing?
So I think it's absolutely. I'm so glad that she did that.
But you know what I also appreciate too, and again, you guys know I love Taylor, and I feel strongly for her for many reasons that I'm not going to get into today. But I also think it's like, when she really believes in something, she's going to say something. And so I don't think necessarily, I think she probably should have commented on things in the past, but I'm so happy that the things that she prominently believes in, she's not just going to comment on everything for the sake of it. You know, it's
That's fair. I think there's a middle ground, though,
I think
and
so too.
saying nothing.
I think so too.
But
I want to emphasize the balance though, because I do think it's important that she does emphasize those things.
That being said, I think, even though I wish she'd spoken it before, I think she waited at the exact right time. If she wasn't
going to say that.
I think
right
so
now.
too.
Because right now it's right before November 6th. Everyone be registered to vote. Like, it's such an important time. And then 65,000 voters.
No,
registered.
no, listen.
She spiked that number.
Listen, what's even crazy? 166,000.
166.
Oh, my bad.
And what was crazy is it was done for the from the site vote.org reported that 162,000 people submitted new registrations, and 42% of those were ages 18 to 24. So not only is their audience growing up with her, but they're also like growing up and getting like registering to vote. So that was wild, right? I mean, that's a ton. And it was like they were saying it's the most they've ever seen, that like they've never seen such a high spike in such a short amount of time. But also even crazy, Marsha Blackburn, who Taylor opposed in her post, is endorsed by Trump. And in a conference this week, he addressed it and saying, I'm sure Taylor Swift doesn't know anything about Miss Blackburn. I like Taylor's music about 25% less now.
Well, you know what? I like her music about 25% more. This is honestly the first time I will ever say this. I applauded Taylor Swift in this instance. Just like Serena said, you see the influence that she has. She speaks out, and 166,000 new voters came out to register. So celebrities, hello, use your platform and use it wisely. You have people looking at you. You have people that, you know, care about what you say and how you move. So yes, maybe she didn't speak out before, but I'm so happy she did now.
Me too. I'm proud of you, T Swift. Big week for her.
Big week. All right, so let's move on to some other celebs that we must talk about. It seems as though Azaelia Banks is kind of only famous for her social media rants and her beefs with other celebrities instead of, you know, her musical career. She is an artist. And it seems as though her newest conquest is former BFF Lana Del Rey. So Lana Del Rey took to Instagram. Kanye West, we've talked about him a lot on the show. He and his support of Trump and the MAGA hat and everything, she commented on an Instagram post that basically Trump was a disservice to the country, but Kanye is a disservice to the culture. And she's very disappointed in him. You know, she expected more from him, you know, kind of things along that line. Well, Azaelia Banks took to Twitter earlier this week, and she basically let Lana Del Rey know how she felt. So a fan asked Azaelia what she thought, and in the first tweet, Azaelia said, if Lana were consistent in her beliefs and if she didn't work with A$AP Rocky, who allegedly assaulted a woman at a concert in Philadelphia, then her concern, Lana's concern, would seem more valid rather than, you know, just trying to seem politically aware in this current climate and, quote, rather than a white woman pretending to be an ally. So that was the first shot. Yeah, pretending to be an ally. Like,
it's so ridiculous that people pick apart other people. Like, it's just like you can't ever win. You can't ever win. It's like if you do one thing, like one tweet, one thing, like it's just like just because she might have worked with A$AP Rocky, who might have allegedly assaulted someone, doesn't mean that she can't stand somewhere politically.
Exactly.
Like one has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
And you thought that was it? Cue the rant. Literally, Azaelia decides to go in on Twitter in a slew of rants, just basically talking about racism, and accuses Lana Del Rey of using Kanye to make herself seem more political aware. And how dare she use her platform as a white woman, because of course going against Kanye, societal circumstances will favor Lana instead of Kanye. It was literally a mess. Like, literally just going in, picking apart everything Lana said, pulling racism and sexism into the mix, a lot. Well, Lana responded, and which I thought was a great response. She said, you know my address, pull up, but if I were you, I wouldn't. And then she went ahead and threw a splash of violence on top of it, and she said, I won't not F you the F up, period. So then, you thought that was it. No, there's so much more.
Okay.
So then it goes in. Azaelia comments on Lana Del Rey's face and her body, talking about she needs plastic surgery. Okay. Lana Del Rey reports saying that, I'm going to send you a new recommendation of a psychiatrist because obviously you're not on your meds. Okay. Azaelia reports back, so of course the white woman is going to make fun of mental health. Look at you showing your true colors. But Azaelia, aren't you also showing your true colors by making fun of her face and her body?
Say, that whole thing just makes me sad. It's like, now you're veering from the issue that, like, neither one of you guys are the enemy. Stop. Like, there's no need to go in on each other like that. Like, I think that's just like a whole different level.
It was a lot. It was a headache, honestly, reading every single tweet.
Yeah, I have no comments on it. I said what I had to say.
Yeah, I'm ashamed in both.
Azaelia Banks needs to go away. I'm sorry. She, like, literally is trying to be relevant, and she's not. Look, why don't you release some music and then you can talk.
That's the thing, remember, she's more famous for her beefs and her rants instead of her music.
All right, in other news, our boy Channing Tatum has officially moved on from his ex-wife, Jenna Dewan, onto Jessie J, who is a singer and looks identical to Jenna Dewan. So
no, I legit thought it was Jenna. I thought they were getting back together when I first saw.
Does Channing have a type?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. Who knows? Good for Channing, though.
I know.
It's good to move on.
I mean, I'm still kind of hoping they get back together, but
me too.
That's okay because we have more power couples on the horizon. Like I mentioned earlier, the AMAs were this past Tuesday. We talked a little about my girl Taylor Swift, but I did want to address some of the amazing fashion we saw for this carpet DM section. So just want to walk through a few of my favorites. So to start, we got to talk about my girl, Carrie Underwood, and go to the country music. But seriously, how cute does she look? So pregnant,
I love that baby
so
bump.
fun. And still rocking out on the stage. So we have Carrie and her baby. Next up, we have Halsey and G-Eazy, and we know they have had a rocky time, but they're back together. Halsey's new song, Without Me, I feel like addresses some of the issues they had. Basically, like, you can't live without me, and obviously he can't. They're back together. Next up, we have Lauren Haregi and Ty Dolla $ign, and also this is a new couple. So she's from Fifth Harmony. Yeah, so they're making their first red carpet appearance. They look really cute together. And last we have Cardi B and Offset, and they look amazing and so cute.
The Dolce
I love them.
Outfit, like,
yeah.
No, Cardi's outfit was actually incredible.
She's incredible. I love
He was standing so hard when she was performing. I like it. He was going so hype in the audience, and it was just the cutest thing I've ever seen.
It's so fun. And so now I think we did our carpet jam, but now I think it's time to get lit. Are we ready?
Let's turn it up.
Okay, to kick it off, we have one of the stars of HBO series, The Duece, joining us. But before we get into the interview, check out a clip here.
Why me? Because when I watch you in a flick, I see a woman who genuinely looks like she's enjoying herself.
Sometimes I do, but sometimes...
I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. I'm saying you're an actor. You know what a gift that is, to be able to sell it on screen?
I've never really thought about it. I just...
Like I was telling Shauna, this whole thing is new for porn. Agents actually representing the talent, new on this coast at least. Here, the only thing agents did was find fresh bodies for directors. We work for them, but out west, girls are starting to get repped. You let me guide your career, we're both gonna make a lot of money.
Guys, Alysia Reiner is in the building! Hello, Alysia. Rocking this t-shirt too.
Yes.
T-shirt.
That's right.
What's the most important thing we all have to do November 6th?
Vote.
We wore those t-shirts last week.
Sure did. We told everybody.
Kiara's wearing hers today, so we were twinsies.
I
Love it. Love it.
So
Good.
fun.
Yeah.
I love that t-shirt. I also love the Duece. Let's talk about season 2.
Thank you.
What can we expect? What can our audience expect from the second season?
I think it's so, I love the character I get to play in it because
Yes.
I feel like I'm liberating these
Okay.
women. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that I'm giving them financial security on their own without a pimp, which is so, it's like the book you guys just published. You know what I mean?
Money Diary.
Money Diary.
Look at all the things to do.
Right? But if anyone went to or is going to 29 Rooms, did you guys go to that room?
Yeah.
I loved it, yes.
Diaries room?
things?
Yeah.
all the piggy
And all the
Purple
little
piggies?
affirmations. I took the little affirmations for my daughter. I'm like,
Oh, so cute.
you got to learn this stuff, little girl.
I love that.
Yeah, so basically Kiki, my character, really is helping these women have their own money diary and like really have financial ownership, which is basically the best thing you can do in that situation, which,
That's super dope. Now, we've seen you on, obviously, The Duece.
Yep.
Orange is the New Black. Better Things.
We're shooting season 7 right now.
Oh,
Orange.
yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Crazy. The thing with Orange is you're never allowed to say anything. I always say, like, if I tell you anything, I'll end up in prison myself. But I love
It's
our
wild.
writers so much. And I was thinking about this today, like, in the world today, to be part of art that is activism is everything. You know, it feels so good. And when you think about it, 7 years ago, nobody did
anything.
Nobody was
That
doing
fast.
it. And
No.
what we're talking about in reference to prisons today and the industrial prison complex, and I'm part of Mass Bailout. If you guys know, go check out Mass Bailout and Real Money Moves, which are two amazing organizations. Mass Bailout is about exactly what it sounds like, right? And how many women and men are in jail because they can't pay bail.
Right.
But they're in jail, not prison. So they are not guilty of a crime. They've
Right.
just been
can't.
We need to
can't pay
link
their
to
way
those
out.
things too in our comments below.
Absolutely.
But they can't pay their way out the way like Weinstein did.
Right.
Wow.
So he's waiting for trial. They're waiting for trial, but they can't pay their way out. So it's huge. It's a huge issue. I'm working with Real Money Moves, which is they're doing amazing work about moving your money, making sure you're not investing in the industrial prison complex, which is amazing. So yeah.
Have you noticed a change in the terms of characters that now women are being able to play? Because I see you play such diverse and complex characters.
I sure hope so. I work with the Gina Davis Institute a lot, and if you read the statistics, it's pushing that. It's Sisyphusian, like we're pushing it up the hill. But I think one of the things that I love is all the women like everyone here. We're finding like you walk around and there's a lot more women than men here. And when I produced my movie this past summer that will come out in January, I'll have to come visit again.
Yes, you will. Please do.
We had all female heads of every department.
Oh,
We had 70% female crew, and so it's about ownership. It's back to ownership of like, okay, I have the power. I choose to do this. Like when women have the power, they have to choose to lift up other women.
Absolutely.
Totally. And I want to go back to your character Kiki because I think she
Yeah.
does just that. And she's really as a Hollywood agent disrupting the scene. What do you think the impact of seeing a show like this with strong female leads and sexually liberated characters is on screen for just our community?
So good. I think Kiki's really strong. I think, Maggie is brilliant in her role. And please go watch Kindergarten Teacher this weekend.
We actually had her here.
Are you serious?
Yesterday. We had her
Did you
yesterday.
guys all see the movie? Is it?
We're
Oh my
watching
God!
it
I
today.
went to the premiere. It's so good. Sarah Calandro. It is so good. It is so good. It's so good. Everyone must go watch it.
Oh, I
so,
can't wait. Yes, it's going to be yeah.
So Maggie's brilliant. I mean, she's just brilliant, and she is this empowered woman, and you see her journey of empowerment. And that's what's really exciting. In season 2 with Kiki, I think I really try and empower the women, and I seem super strong. And there's one episode where that comes later where I'm off my footing a little bit, and it's the first time where you see I'm curious if audiences will be able to tell the layers that I'm playing, because it's a different situation for her, and we'll see what they do with her in season 3. I'm really
you just set
excited.
me up. I'm so
I
excited.
know,
Oh my
it's good.
God, okay.
I love playing her. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I know you mentioned this before. In 2014, you launched Broad Street Pictures to
Yeah.
roles for women. What are some projects that you're excited about? I know you just mentioned a movie.
So I actually, with Broad Street, I did Equity, which was incredible. Like, Equity was a dream come true. We made this movie in 2016. We went to Sundance. We sold it to Sony Picture Classics. They did a gorgeous job distributing it. And then Sarah went on and made another movie, and I recently made my movie Egg, which just premiered at Tribeca. And as I said, we're about to announce who's acquired us. And that we're coming out. We're actually, this is a great little tidbit. I met Christina Hendricks, who I star in the movie with.
Love her so much.
Love her. So good. Wait till you see her in this movie.
I'm so excited.
She's pregnant in this movie.
Oh.
So anyway,
Serena
all right. So I met her at the Women's March.
Oh, wow.
I met her at the Women's March, and we were kindred spirits. And she's a spectacular human as well as actress. And I asked her to do this movie with me, and I was beyond thrilled that she said yes. And we had so much fun doing it. And we're actually it's gonna come out the weekend of the Women's March.
Oh, nice.
So like,
We'll be there.
Nice anniversary.
Yeah.
We'll all see it together.
We have to.
Oh, you have
Absolutely
to. Please, please. Yeah, it's a
We should
good.
do
It's
like
a
a
very
march
female.
to the screening.
It's seriously, it is such an empowering movie for women,
Yeah.
and it's because it's really about choice. It's about not allowing. Isn't that interesting that I used the word allowing? Like there we have to watch our language, right?
Totally agree. The
It's
language,
ingrained
the
in us.
vocabulary that's ingrained in our heads is crazy.
It's encouraging women to feel deeply confident and comfortable, whatever they choose around motherhood, including not to be a mother, including surrogacy, like whatever
Those
it
narratives
is.
need to be told.
But then the other piece is women agreeing, like whether they agree with each other or don't, supporting each other. So these two women make really different life choices. And to decide, hey, I don't agree with you, but I love and support you no matter what.
Oh, that's so necessary.
So I'm so excited to bring that story to the world and to have been able to tell that story.
That's amazing.
Well, we can't wait to see it. We're gonna
You know
be
we are.
marching
We're
all
marching
over
to
the
it. Marching to it. So aside from your acting career, you also launched a eco-friendly fashion line called
I
Lavari.
did.
Yes, talk to us about that.
So we launched last year, and we're actually having a big collaboration. This year we did some amazing collaborations. We're doing a big party November 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all gonna be invited.
Oh, thank you.
And we did 3 different collaborations, and I just realized I should have brought the products for you. But you can get if you go to lavariclothing.com,
we
you
can
will
also
see
link
them
that
all.
too.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Please, lavariclothing.com. We have a purse that I designed that I'm so excited about. So have you guys read anything about Burberry's and all the, so Burberry's was burning a lot of their
The clothes, the clothes that they didn't sell. I read
So
about
we
this.
collaborated with this, so insane. We
Yeah.
collaborated with an amazing organization called Elvis and Crest, who is already working with Burberry's to take their excess leather scraps
good.
and
Yes.
make bags with them.
Perfect.
So I designed this bag that's
Perfect.
amazing, and it's made out of leather scraps, but it doesn't look like it. It
Doesn't
looks like
know.
chic.
Make
and
it real
amazing.
chic.
And then the inside is made out of old repurposed World War II parachutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And it's black on the outside and orange on the inside.
On brand.
Okay,
So on brand.
so it's recycled, repurposed amazingness. There's one square that you can personalize. I chose for my square, joy is an act of resistance, which I'm part of Resistance Revival Chorus, and that's like our
I
theme.
saw them perform. You're part of that?
Yeah, when did you see them?
At Red, did, my,
We just performed last week. It was amazing. We
you're part of that
just
chorus.
performed
It's
yesterday.
absolutely incredible.
It's amazing. So I'm like so
I'm
excited.
so
So the bag, lavariclothing.com, is 50% of the proceeds go to barefoot college, which do you guys know what that is?
No, tell us, please.
They teach solar engineering to women in Africa so that they can support their families. So not only are you buying this like recycled, repurposed, amazing thing, but then you're also supporting these women, and it's 50% of the proceeds, which is really a lot. And then our other thing that you can put in your bag is we just did a collaboration with Simply Straws, which is a glass straw.
Side of those Starbucks straws.
Right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So it's a glass straw, lifetime warranty, because you're like, glass, that might break. Lifetime warranty. It comes with a little brush, and we designed the little, it's like a little holder for it, so that when you put it in your purse, you can find it.
Have your little straw with
Yeah.
You are so hands-on.
And it's so fun. And that one, part of the proceeds go to Lonely Whale, which helps get plastic out of the ocean. They're part of the reason Starbucks did what they did.
Wow.
I love Lonely Whale very much.
Is that Adrian Grenier's?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So we're having our benefit on October 17th. Please support.
We have so many things to add to our
I know.
We're going to be there.
And then the third collaboration is with Still She Rise, which is another women's prison women's prison organization that I am actually on the board of. And what they do is they provide support services specifically for mothers in prison. And they're out of Oklahoma. And it's everything from helping them get social workers, helping them get law help, like helping bail them out, similar to mass bail. So what I did was, on that, one shoe says, I walk in her shoes, and the other shoe says, Still She Rise, so that when you put your shoes on in the morning, you think like,
Think of it.
yeah. And then you tell the story. And that collaboration was with Oka B, and their shoes, they're these super cute flats that are waterproof. So you can wear them in the rain too, and they're super comfortable. And they're made out of like 25% recycled material, which shoes usually are zero recycled.
I love how everything you do is so purposeful.
Well,
like it has a meaning behind it.
On that note,
Fashion.
we went to the same high school.
What?
Fieldston.
Oh my God! I just taught there. I
So I
taught
was going to ask you.
intersectional feminism and activism last week.
It doesn't surprise me at all that you are so active. Like it's ethical culture Fieldston schools where we went to
That's
high school.
amazing.
I love
You
that.
did okay.
In the same realm.
I'm from Georgia, so.
So I just recently saw that you went back to Fieldston
Yeah.
to talk to girls about the Kavanaugh hearing and everything. So why was that important for you to do? And what advice would you have to your Fieldston self, like ninth grade, Form 3, Form 4 self?
Okay, well, why it was important is, I think, empowering our girls and our young women right now is everything. And it's like, I see my language and what's been ingrained by our society. So every message that I can help bring them to empower them is everything to me right now. I have a 9-year-old, and that's, her languaging is so much better than mine was at that age. It's unbelievable to me. So I'm hoping that stays and that she doesn't lose that, as she's been like really protected from screens and media, and I'm hoping to God it's like ingrained and she keeps it when she does get introduced to media and everything. And my advice to today, just for today, it's different every day because I've had to do this. To my high school self is, gosh, you're fucking awesome. And it's okay if not everybody likes you.
Oh my! I wish I
I'm
had that
still dealing with that. Not everybody's gonna like me.
especially in high school. It's a tough place.
Yeah. I love that.
And I just want to add one little thing because I went to see the Gloria Steinem show with Gloria Steinem. I went with Equality Now, who I also work with, and so Gloria came with us, and it was unbelievably amazing. But there's this moment in it where you're like, I mean, she is a goddess, right? Like she's my hero. And there's this moment when she's on Charlie Rose, and this woman calls in and calls her the devil and calls her Satan, and is like, you ruined America for women. And that was the moment when I was like, oh, you really have to be okay with people not liking you.
yeah.
That was my moment. That was like that was my Oprah aha moment because I was like, how can you say that to Gloria Steinem? But people are allowed their opinions, and not everybody's gonna like you. You can't make everybody happy.
As long as you're happy with yourself.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
And you made us really happy today.
I could literally talk all day.
I know,
so much
so
for
fun.
joining us.
My pleasure.
Go Eagles. And you
Yeah.
guys can
Go
check
Eagles.
out
Go
Eagles. And you guys can check out season 2 of The Duece on HBO. We're so excited about it. And now it is time to get even more lit. We're going to talk
turn it
about
up some more.
a movie that I saw last night that you all need to see, which is Beautiful Boy, starring Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet.
I'm going to next area. I can't wait.
It was unbelievable. The film is about, it's based off of a true story, a book that was written by actually the father and his son, Nicholas Schaff. And it's about his struggle with addiction. And, you know, I saw Star is Born a couple nights ago, and then I saw Beautiful Boy. A lot of movies dealing with addiction, and I think it's so important that we see these stories because it's something that isn't discussed. It's still considered taboo, even though it is the #1 leading cause of death in people under 50 years old in the United States. So it is so prevalent. The movie is absolutely devastatingly heartbreaking, but also so amazing and hopeful.
Right.
So
like
I
that.
think everyone
I like
needs
that.
to go see it. 100%. Timothy's going to win an Oscar if Bradley
Think
Cooper
so?
doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
Probably get nominated for sure. He apparently lost a lot of weight for the role because he's addicted to crystal meth in the movie. I'm not going to give anything away, but it was incredible.
I think he makes such a good point because I think how we've seen addiction or drugs just recently in the media, or not recently, but in the past, is recreational and how it doesn't feel like it's an actual disease. But what we've seen in A Star is Born and what you saw in A Beautiful Boy, which I'm going to see tonight, I can't wait, is we're recognizing that this is a disease and this is what it looks like and this is how it affects people. And I think now we're understanding the weight of what that is.
Definitely.
Which is so important.
Definitely. And you see this real struggle at one moment in the film. Timothy's character, he's like, you know, like, it's like I have cancer, like, but I have a choice. Like, it's like having cancer, but like I can't. And people are like, but you can just not do drugs. But it's like, but I can't.
No,
like, it's
because
an
it is a
addiction.
sickness.
It's
It is a
sickness,
disease.
and it's just,
It is.
It's so, I literally, we're not parents yet. Any parent that's going to watch that movie, bring them a box of tissues, but you will need them too.
Oh, and
Anyway.
I think Steve Carell's phenomenal also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, and see also, I was thinking, I was like, Steve Carell, like, who played 40-year-old virgin, like,
Right.
all, like,
Right.
Or The Office.
Or Michael
Like,
Scott, right.
Right, or Michael Scott, like, to see him in such a mature, like, really serious role as a father was like,
Did y'all ever see the meme that's like,
amazing.
it's like Steve Carell and it's like him aging beautifully and it's like, this is what happens when you're nice, you're funny, you're
And
good
not
to people, you're
such
good
a
at
Not
people.
problematic.
And
Not problematic.
It's so
Steve
real.
Carell is fine now. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
looks
throw
real
that-
good.
He always has been. I love
Salt and
him.
pepper.
That's salt and pepper.
I love him.
Anywho.
All right, well, there's another movie that's hitting theaters today. It touches on addiction in a bit of a different way. Word on the street is black is better than gray, okay? A movie named Kinky. The 50 Shades of Grey kind of esque movie. It's starring Dawn Richard from Danny D. Kane, who we all know and love, and also Robert Richard, who we've seen from Cousin Skeeter, One-on-One, and Child City.
Damn.
Fine chocolate man, love him. So basically, it's very similar to that of 50 Shades of Grey, in which Dawn, she plays a lead surgeon in the Buckhead, Atlanta area. She's very much reserved. She's a Christian woman. And that kind of dictates who she dates and how she dates them. But she meets this investor, and they start this like flawless and lavish relationship. And then she introduces him to the life of S&M, and then they kind of go through it all together. And she gets really addicted into it, and like really, really high strung into S&M. And he's like, you kind of need to chill out a little bit, kind of on the 50 Shades of Grey scale. Honestly, I thought this movie was going to be like something that went like straight to Netflix, like a little bootleg kind of thing, but it's actually hitting theaters. So we're going to see how it does. We'll see if black is better than gray. I don't know.
So you're saying that Dawn's character, she's the one that
Yes.
introduces him. So I wonder if it's flipping the gender roles.
Yeah.
Just a little
means
bit.
that it's a little less sexist of trope of film because 50 Shades of Grey is
That was a
not
lot.
my favorite.
Not mine either.
So I
Not
wonder
mine
if
either.
Kinky kind of like made a little.
They're gonna flip it on its head a little
Okay,
bit.
I'm excited to see.
We'll see how that goes.
Another movie. When does that come out, Soj?
That comes out today. It's in theaters
Today. Okay, great. Another movie also coming out today, if you didn't want to go to the theaters, out on Netflix today is The Kindergarten Teacher, starring Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's about this woman poet who's the kindergarten teacher, who becomes obsessed with one of her 5-year-olds in class who she believes is a prodigy. We actually had Maggie in the office this week in the ladies' room. She's on with Alysia Reiner, one of our other R29 hosts, to talk about the film, and she said it was something that she was most proud of. So check out this clip of her talking about her character.
So yeah, every character I play is kind of an exploration of my own mind, but you're protected by the fiction.
Right.
You know, it's not like you're actually just sitting down looking inside your own mind, which is, you know, kind of be exciting, but also hard, you know, to like look at the things you don't know about yourself, or even the things you don't like about yourself, or, you know, even the things you do like about yourself. Take a good look at that. It's hard. Yeah. But to do it protected by some fiction is easier. So I guess in some ways I do really relate to Lisa. I relate to this feeling of being starving for something that the culture doesn't offer you, and also to kind of like the radical feeling you get when you're like, this is not enough anymore, which I think all of us are kind of having right now.
It sounds like a super powerful movie. Even Alysia earlier was like, you have to see it. So it's going to be good. Make sure you check that one out.
And another movie that I'm checking out that I'm super excited about, Disney already confirmed that Lady and the Tramp will be having their live action movie, but it was revealed earlier this week that Janelle Monáe will be joining the cast. She is going to play Peg, one of the dogs that Lady meets in the pound, and her rumored girlfriend Tessa Thompson is going to be playing the voice of Lady, which I think is super
cute. I love Tessa.
Is it rumored? I thought they were fully together.
So the speculation, they love each other. You know, they said that they do have love for one. They didn't say this is my girlfriend or I'm in a relationship with one another, but they, you know,
they're keeping it chill.
Yes.
You know, on another live action news, Will Smith just said that he's going to be playing the genie in the live action Aladdin.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The trailer dropped yesterday. It's coming out in summer 2019. I am
When I think of Will Smith now, though, I just picture him on the roof doing the In My Feelings dance. That's like the thing that comes to mind now.
Like all blue. He's going to be
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I can't wait. His voice is perfect for it. I can't wait.
So we have lots to watch this weekend, but one thing that you should pick up and read is the new Vogue issue. Claire Foy is on the cover, and they just released her digital short that's on Vogue.com, and it is hilarious. It's a satirical short, basically, of her agent calling her and being like, Claire, we really need to reinvent yourself. Do anything other than be royal. Because she did get so famous for her role as Queen Elizabeth in The Crown, which she was incredible at. So it hit stands in November. But she does have a few other roles that are coming out or that are out right now that we wanted to point out because she is sort of like mixing and matching some different things. She's opposite Ryan Gosling in First Man, the story of NASA's mission to land a man on the moon, which is out now. And she's also starring in the upcoming The Girl in the Spider's Web, which is a story of a hacker who encounters a web of spies, cyber criminals, and government corruption.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's the second book, which I'm so excited about. Rooney Mara was the first.
I love
that movie. Was a baham. I'm excited to see Claire Foy take the role. It's very different than The Crown.
Well, and I'm really excited to see First Man, too. That looks so good.
Yeah.
Great movies.
All right, guys, it's now time for our star of the week, and we want to give it to our girl, Selena Gomez, who apparently is taking a break and taking control of her mental health. It was yesterday, right? It was World's Mental Health Day? Yeah, which is, you know, very fitting. But on Thursday, she actually entered a treatment facility to help address her ongoing issues of anxiety because she was having some actually health problems that was connected to her lupus, and she had like a low white cell count. She had a low white cell count.
Yes.
She's been writing new music. She recently moved to Orange County. Like, she's been in a really good track, but I just feel it's just, I'm so sad for her. Like, I just like hope that she gets better, but she's doing exactly what she needs to do, which is asking for help and seeking help. But
I will say she really does take care of herself because this isn't the first time that she's been doing something like this, and she's so open about it.
Definitely.
And I think so important.
I think that she basically was having all these health issues and then realized that it was like I mean, I can't even imagine how that is, like when you're dealing with that. So, and also she had the kidney transplant. She has a lot going on, so I think that she kind of had like an emotional breakdown, and I think after those hospitalizations and everything, she went, and I'm really glad. I mean, I hope that she gets better.
So happy.
But, you know, we love Selena.
I love you, Selena.
And also, I know that she's releasing new music soon. And the Taki Taki video came out.
Yo,
and it was a fire.
You know, she was my favorite verse on that song.
Taki Taki.
So we have lots to listen to this weekend and lots to go see. So don't forget.
And Drake's new song Mia.
Listen, yes. There's actually plenty of
His
new
collab
music.
with Justine
Quavo dropped
Skye.
an album. Ella May dropped an album. Usher dropped an album.
I'm literally
Drake
not
has this
going.
new
I'm not
song.
going out this weekend. I'm just gonna be watching movies, reading
Only
Vogue,
that,
listening to music.
There you
It's
go. No, that's a
over.
good weekend. That's a good weekend.
It's a good weekend. All right, guys.
We hope you guys have a good weekend.
And vote November 6th, or I'm gonna kill you all.
Please.
Cheers.